All right, welcome guys. This is going to be the first in hopefully many videos where I try to just I go over different move sets of other characters and kind of see what I think their plans will be, like sort of in the neutral game and in the punish game, and just so I have a better understanding and hopefully can provide you a better understanding of what like characters are trying to do, because I know something that I've struggled with in this game is matchup and experience. I don't know what a Mario player is going to do. Well, maybe I know Mario a little more than others, but I definitely understand what a Pikachu player is going to do a lot more so than what a Mario player is going to do because I play Pikachu. So that is a buffer neutral air. As you can see, that is very fast. I don't have the frame data on it, but I can tell you just looking at it visually, pops out very quickly. It lasts a decent amount of time, and there's practically no lag. And yeah, so this seems like a very good move. Could potentially be a combo starter. You see, you could probably work into grabs at lower percentages and other things. This has got such little landing lag. You could probably use it on shield and get away with it, especially if you cross it up. So yeah, that's Mario's first move. I think it's really good. Just looking at it, very fast. And the situations I'd see using this is maybe if the Mario player is predicting, let's say Pikachu here would jump and forward air or jump and do something. A lot of Pikachu's neutral game is jumping. He could just kind of nair right at it and hopefully beat whatever options the Pikachu player is trying to do. And also, I foresee this being a powerful combo breaking tool. So when Pikachu's juggling Mario, he's up in the air, he can just kind of go like that, and hopefully that hits Pikachu in the face and stops whatever pressure is happening. And if not, he can recover because the move's very fast, has very little lag. So that's how I see that move being used, as well as maybe a little bit of extra shield pressure. But really, I think the strength of this move is kind of like an anti-air almost, but just trying to get an aerial move out before the other person does, and also as a combo breaking tool. But it could be used just in neutral game as a combo tool at lower percentages where you can just kind of do something like that and lead into conversions I'd know if I were a Mario player. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. This is his forward air. It kind of feels weird doing this out of a short hop. His forward air is pretty strong. You get a pretty good punish out of it if you manage to hit it. But as you can see, it's one of Mario's slower aerials. So I wouldn't feel comfortable if I was a Mario player throwing this out a lot. This is on a spot dodge read. This could net something big. And this is mostly just like a reading tool. This is not something that Mario players will want to throw out in neutral very often just because it takes a lot longer than a lot of his other moves. I mean, really, it's powerful, and it's a good tool to use off stage if you have a read on someone's movement out there as well, because it will kill very early. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good move. I think it has its uses, but this is not something I'd be worried about particularly in the Mario's neutral game, but I'd be much more worried about it in his punish game or his edge guarding. And it's probably going to be used out of a short hop, not a short hop, but a full hop. Just getting one of these more obscure reads, like if I were to go high with Pikachu, use my double jump, he'd be able to jump up there and just kind of kill me, for lack of a better word. And it is a good thing to land on spot dodge, and it's going to be a little safer probably than his smash attacks, even though his smash attacks are pretty good and pretty safe. But yeah, this is something you could definitely punish on shield. If that hits Pikachu's shield, I mean, Pikachu has very good out of shield options, especially when her, because it's Pikachu Libre, when her back is faced towards Mario, his Pikachu's backer out of shield is going to be really strong and definitely capable of punishing that move. And his Nair as well if the Mario's close enough. And his grab probably as well, unless if this is really, really well spaced. Which could happen with a fast fall. But again, Pikachu has enough options to deal with that. That's not a very good shield pressure tool, at least in my opinion. So I'm not too worried about that, at least in those situations. And now for, I don't know, it's hard to tell Mario's best aerial, but his back air is amazing. As you can see, it has tons of range. You can actually do 2 of these out of a short hop, I think, if you go fast enough, at least out of a full hop. So a full hop, definitely. A short hop might be tough. But again, a back air this quick is really, really nice to have. It's got a lot of range on it in comparison to Mario's limbs. And this is one of the things that when I am playing against a Mario, this is where he gets his safe pressure from. So when I play a Mario, I try to focus on when I go for like a run-up shield read, I'll turn myself around because Pikachu's back air is something that will be able to punish this on shield, at least a lot of the time or most of the time, but nothing else really will do well because if you space this properly and if you land it in a fast fall while you're about to hit the ground, it's a tough thing to punish out of shield, and it's a tough thing to even like account for because he really stretches himself out there. You think you're in like a safe distance, safe area away from Mario, and then he'll just hit you with his feet because they extend very far. Very good, very fast move, and probably one of Mario's best neutral options. After that, we have his up air. And his up air is very good as well. It's definitely not the best up air. There are better up airs, but it's nice and quick. And Mario has a very strong vertical combo game. So I don't know how to do this, but something like that. It was even at a pretty high percentage. Obviously, I don't have it set for DIing or anything like that right now. So that wouldn't lead as well in a regular game. But if there are platforms that he can extend upon, he can kick you in the air and he can kill you if your DI is not correct. So he has a very strong vertical combo game, and a lot of it is using his up air. So his up air is very good for that usage. Could also catch some people trying to land, I think. But it's on Pikachu, you can't hit it out of a short hop, which is kind of... it's not the greatest thing. I'm sure it'd hit against some taller characters. But, Mario's got enough tools in neutral that this really is only used if you think someone's going to come right on top of you and you just you can hit them with a nice, fast option in the air, keep them in disadvantage. Or for his very strong vertical combo game where you can just hit them into the sky, hopefully end it with an up B or a down air. And that's what we're going to be moving on to next. So his down air is it's interesting. This is another thing that is used for reads in the air. This is a way Mario gets a good amount of his kills is if he thinks Pikachu's gonna end up right there in the air and Pikachu's at a higher percentage, he might just go up there and throw it out, and that can kill pretty early, not super early, but it is a way that Mario players are trying to get kills. And that's another thing that you can lead into with these up air chains, like up air, up air, up air, up air, into the down air. And the spinny thing will send him farther in the air. And hopefully Mario can land another up air or something like that in order to, once they're at disadvantage, in order to keep his strings going. That's it for Mario's aerials. I think his back air is probably his best one. His neutral air is second. And then his up air, down air, and forward air all have they all have their uses, and they're all good at what they do, but they're not necessarily the most versatile moves. Okay. Jab, I guess, real quick. It's quick. It's not that quick, but as you can see, he does have this nice feature where if you're reading like a normal get up, you can just hold down the A button and it'll go as fast as possible. It's a fast jab, comes out quickly, and it pushes the opponent away. It can lead to a knockdown situation that could be very big for any character, and most of all, it just gives you more space because after all, this game is very positional based. It's not just percentage and how you can like get the most percentage. Sometimes you're gonna want to get hit, so you end up in a better situation than if you would have dodged a hit, and that's just the way this game works. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a tool that Mario can throw out. It'd be pretty safe if they thought he was reading a spot dodge or something like that, and it gives him more space, and it could lead to a knockdown situation, which could lead to very big conversions, especially with Mario's very good throw conversions, which leads into his next thing, his grab. So his grab is pretty fast. I believe it is tied as the fastest grab in the game, but I may be wrong on that. Again, I'm not someone that knows all of these frame data type of things. I can just see the game as it's going, and I don't know. To a certain extent, I feel like that knowledge is more useful because if I know all the frame data, sometimes I can't really know what that means exactly. Versus if I know this move is fast and it's going to be very difficult for me to punish on shield, then maybe that gives me more information. At least that's how I think about it. So his grab is very fast, and it leads into a lot of things. I'm not doing it very well right now. I know down throw leads into conversions against other characters. His up throw obviously leads into his up air chains, which can get extended by platforms, and can even lead to a kill sometimes. So his grab is very strong. Mario's will be going for a lot of grabs, and that might cause the opponent to spot dodge a lot. And that's when you can use things like his forward air or smash attacks to punish those things. So it's very good that Mario has a very good grab and very good conversions out of it, because that makes it so people can never really be safe. And once you spot dodge it, you can read it with one of your stronger options. And Mario's smash attacks, I think, are some of the best in the game. Mario has very fast smash attacks, and a lot of them are actually safe on shield against a lot of characters. Pikachu's going to be a little different because Pikachu, when Pikachu's back is towards Mario, Pikachu can punish so many things with his back air out of shield. So, for example, like his forward smash, it's pretty safe on most characters. But Pikachu, if I'm recalling correctly, if he has his back turn, can do a back air out of shield and punish this. But otherwise, it's going to be tough for Pikachu. His nair out of shield, it might not hit due to the fact that this will push this will push the shield away. As you can see, there is a decent amount of distance there. And a grab just won't come out fast enough out of shield. So one thing that you should be focused on if you were the Pikachu player in this point would be to run up and turn your back and shield rather than just run up and shield if you were going for that sort of read and that's what you thought that the opponent was going to do. But yeah, his forward smash, he leans back, which is really nice. So if someone is trying to come and attack exactly where you are, they will miss and you will hit them with this very strong move. Yeah, it's got a high opportunity to kill, and it's relatively safe on shield. So overall, a very, very good smash attack. Next is his up smash. His up smash is very good. It's almost impossible to challenge. You just have to let it finish out. He's like intangible on his head area. His head grows to like 5 times its normal size. Overall, just a very good move. And this is something that's pretty safe on shield as long as you hit with the back of his head. So if you hit with the front of his head, it can be punished. With the back of his head, I'm not sure about this, but I have a feeling Pikachu's back or out of shield can still punish it. But other than that, it's going to be a difficult thing to punish. You can spot dodge pretty soon out of it, even though I messed it up right there. But yeah, also a very good tool for Mario to use. very good for catching landings. It comes out very quick. You can throw one out, and then if they air dodge, you can run and read with another one. Overall, Mario players should be using this tool a lot, even just because it's hard to punish too. It doesn't have a lot of lag. But yeah, and so now onto his down smash. His down smash is very fast. I believe this is a 2-frame option, and this comes out super quickly. Like, you could be right here and you can just throw it out, and if the other opponent's not expecting it, it is a little outside of Mario's normal range, which can throw off your opponent, and it just comes out very quickly. I'm pretty sure it's decently punishable on shield, but that's if you recognize it's coming and you can do an option out of it very quickly, because it is very, very fast. And yeah, so very good tool for reading movement, reading a roll behind especially, and I think you can use it to 2-frame. So yeah, I mean, I don't think Mario players should be complaining at all about their smash attacks. I think all of them are very good. This Fireball is a pretty good neutral tool. Having a projectile in this game, it's pretty good. It's like, it helps out your neutral game a lot. I know a lot of characters that don't really need them, and are still very good without them, but nonetheless, it's something that should be nice for Mario to have. He can throw it out, but it's not the best projectile ever. It's pretty quick, but as you can see, it doesn't like put the Pikachu in a lot of hit stun. It can still do things relatively fast afterward. And if this Pikachu was trying to attack Mario and Mario was trying to camp the Pikachu out, the Pikachu should be able to find some openings if the Mario player is going a little overboard with these fireballs. They're good, but they're not great, and I don't think they should be used a lot by Mario players, but you should definitely use them at least a little bit, because they are very good neutral tools, and they will provide pressure, so the other person will approach. And yeah, now his down B. This is his Flood. This is actually, I think, an underrated move. It is very good against certain recoveries like Crumbs or Ikes, but it's also good against Pikachu. Even in the neutral game, just pushing the opponent back. Unfortunately, I'm garbage at using Mario. I don't really know how to use it, but I've been hit by that enough times where it's like you get blown way off where you were, and you've lost a lot of your stage positioning. It's in a tough position you find yourself in, because all of your space has been taken away, and that does make a very, very large difference, even if it's hard to grasp sometimes. When you lose a bunch of space just because Mario pressed down B, and it's not like, once it's charged, it is pretty quick to just throw out, and it's unexpected. So I think that's a tool that Mario players should use in the neutral game against Pikachu, and then also against edge guarding, it would be effective as well. And against certain characters like Chrom or Ike, and like different recoveries that have a tough time getting back from far distances, that move is very, very good, because you can just use it on the edge. If you aim it properly, they're just dead, and there's nothing they can do about it. So, very good move. And moving on to his next special move, which is his side B. His side B is the cape. As you can see, it flips the person around. I didn't mean to up B there, but it changes the way that the person is facing. So you could potentially hit some sort of read on this, and then they miss their punish if they did not recognize that actually does turn you around. But I really don't think it's a good idea to just run up and cape somebody randomly on stage. I don't think that does a whole lot for you. Caping certain recoveries is going to be very effective. I'm thinking like Fox and Falco are characters, Ridley. Just a lot of these characters that have these like straight shot recoveries. Mario can come out, cape them, and they're dead. There's nothing they could do about it. So it's a very good tool for that, and it's also very good against projectile characters if they're getting very, very predictable in the way that they're crushing with projectiles, you can just kind of caper right back at them, and if they're not paying attention, it could be a pretty big shift in the match. It does work against Pikachu's Thunder Jolts. It's not that effective, I don't think, because it's too slow. Pikachu can throw out another one, but it does actually work with Pikachu's Down B, which like if you're stalling off the edge a little bit with Pikachu, you do the Thunder Blow stage. The Mario can recognize that, cape that, and that will hit the Pikachu. And that's a pretty tough position to be in. That's not some place I want to find myself often. That's something you have to be wary about with this cape. But overall, I don't think it's the best of his moves, and I don't think it's the worst either. And now for his up B. So his up B is very good to punish things out of shield if I'm trying to put pressure. It's invincible on startup, and it's also very quick. It's like a frame 3 option or something like that, or something crazy. I don't know exactly. Again, I don't really know all of the frame data stuff here, but very fast out of shield option. That's typically how you're going to want to use this, at least when you're on the stage. And yeah, just not a shield option, but it's a very good one. It might not lead into anything great, but at least they're in a poor position and you've gotten a punish and you've gotten some damage. At least that's how I see it. So down tilt, it's definitely something that can lead into combos. It seems like, I'm not sure what, it's got to be at different percentages. I've actually accidentally just down smashed. I don't know. It doesn't seem particularly fast, and it doesn't seem particularly noteworthy for any real reason. I doubt it's safe on shield. Maybe it is. But I don't know. It's a good mix-up. Throw it out there, and you should be able to get some sort of combo off of it. Unfortunately, I just don't really know the combos because I'm not a Mario player, and I don't really need to know those. But yeah, strikes me as an okay move. Wouldn't be something I'd use very often if I were to play Mario. I think his aerials are very good, and his down smash in particular is very good as well, and his down tilt really just is not that great. Now his forward air, I think this is a very good tool for Mario. It should be safe on shield if I'm recalling correctly, unless if there is one of those situations where it is Pikachu that has a very good back air out of shield, or something like Lucina's up B or even Mario's up B that can sort of punish these more safe options. But other than that, it's pretty good. It leads to a knockdown at higher percentages, which could be a big conversion. So again, that's something that you should be looking out for in Mario's neutral, is these forward airs, especially because you're going to be very used to seeing a Mario going like that, and really just putting like an all-on assault through the air. Then every once in a while he'll hit you with one of these and lead to a knockdown, and he could get some sort of big smash attack punish or throw combo or something along those lines, and that's where he's going to get a lot of his damage. So very good move. You can angle it a few different ways, as you can see. But yeah, and now for his up tilt. His up tilt looks like that. Leads into each other at certain percentages. It can lead into up airs. It's a pretty good move if you think. As you can see, it's it's having a tough time hitting Pikachu just standing, but it is possible. And it's pretty good if you think someone's going to be jumping over you and you don't want to commit to something like an up smash, even though his up smash is very quick. You can just kind of throw that out and hopefully get an up air of maybe 2, and that could be a pretty big conversion for you. I kind of want to briefly touch on something with his recovery. I think his recovery is exploitable by a good amount of characters, but Pikachu is going to be one of those ones that can just read where he's at out there in that area and try to kill him, and could be successful a lot of the time. But I do think Mario's recovery is a little bit better than people give it credit for, because his up B is invincible on startup, and that's something that's very underrated in my opinion, of course. Where it's like, if I'm in an area where if he were to start his up B at that moment, like if he were not to start his up B, I would have killed him. Then he throws it out. Suddenly, I'm the one who's getting stage spike potentially if I don't tech the stage, or if I'm at too high a percentage to tech the stage. I end up in a very bad position. It makes edgeguarding Mario a lot harder than some of the other characters. But I do think overall he is a character who can get edgeguarded. And yeah. Now for Mario's edgeguarding, I don't think it's that bad. Well, I don't know why I'd be assuming it's bad, but his forward air is pretty good. If you have a read on your opponent, it'll kill very early. It's a spike. His back air also. His back air is just a very good move, so if you run out there with it, you should be, and you don't accidentally use your double jump, you should be able to get at least one read about where your opponent's going and maybe hit him with the back air. And against someone who doesn't have a great recovery, it could be a very good tool where they just kind of die. And even against Pikachu, it could still be pretty good, even though Pikachu's probably making it back regardless. So yeah, I think that's basically everything I've covered, other than Mario is floaty. I don't know if I've mentioned that. So a lot of the combos that will work a little bit heavier on a little bit better on fast fallers, they just won't really work as well with Mario. And yeah, so that's basically everything as far as moveset. I might spend a little bit of time just comboing Mario a little bit, and seeing how does he move really after I hit him, and getting familiar with those types of animations, because I do think that makes a big difference in the long run. And just to have a more intuitive punish game where it's like, oh, I know what I can do based off of certain things that happen when he gets hit by certain moves, versus like trying to memorize very long extensions that won't even work all the time. So yeah, I'll probably start that up right now. Stale moves are on. I do have an Arduino adapter, which is very useful for combos and stuff like that. So right now I've basically set it to air dodge or shield every other frame, and I've put it on random directional DI left and right. So this should give a pretty good practice for certain combos that Pikachu can do. So yeah, this character is still very comboable, as you just saw. I kind of messed it up there at the end. I could have let it into a bit more. But right there is 53 damage from 0. Pikachu excels at the sort of combo game. And that's another thing. Like, I thought maybe Mario would be a little bit harder to combo, but he seems actually fairly easy to combo with his weight and his floatiness. So yeah, I guess that worry was kind of relieved right there. Alright guys, I wanted to share with you the plans for this channel going forward. So basically you're going to see more of these videos where I just kind of look at a character's moveset and what do I think players of that character should be doing in a match against me. And then later on I'll see if I was right by playing like online matches, and once I get a good sample size of that, I'll see, hey, maybe this is what the characters want to do, or maybe I was right all along. So kind of as a consequence of that, you will be seeing some highlights from my stream on here, just because that's where I'm going to get the information from when I make these character assessments later on. So speaking of my stream, come follow me at LiterallyDonate, and yeah, thanks for watching.